Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to our Borghals campaign in EU4 with me, your host Luckymarine, and I haven't played this in a while. So, even though the last episode I said I was going to get straight into the coalition, because I watched the last 10-20 minutes worth of me waffling in the last episode, I'm going to have to do a little bit of catch up, because, what was it, 26 days after the Mughal update came out? They released the Poland update, and so I was playing with the Poland and Lithuanian stuff. It's been interesting times. And then I got a little bit bored with EU4, as you do when you spend so many hours in EU4. We dabbled with Cold Waters and other things. Started streaming a lot more on Twitch, became an affiliate, all that good stuff. But no, there's been Mughals in the back of my mind, and so we're back. Coalition whilst Regency Council. I remember this now. Oh, I remember this now. I remember that we were meant to be getting into the Mamelukes. We were meant to be getting into the Ottomans. We ended up in a Regency Council, which meant that we couldn't, which allowed a coalition to form. The coalition fired, etc. etc. Good. What else? Also still inside Court and Country, and I don't know when it started. I have entirely forgotten when it started. If somebody could inform me, unless it finishes by the end of this episode, if someone could please inform me, if you know, when we started, when we popped Court and Country, and therefore when the 10 years is up, I would be most grateful. Although we could keep our war exhaustion above 2, I suppose. The problem with it being in Court and Country, whilst also being in the Regents Council, is that it's dragging our legitimacy down, and legitimacy has an effect on the maximum absolutism that you can get. You want, at the end of Court and Country, to have your absolutism at least 60. I think it's 60. I believe it's 60. There are 3 different tiers. Or there are 3 different, in inverted commas, win conditions for Court and Country. The best one is if you finish Court and Country, I think it's 60, above 60. It might be 65. No, fairly certain it'd be 60. Anything above 60, you end up with a plus 20 to your absolutism. Anything above, I don't know, something like 55 maybe 50. Might be plus, might be 50 to 60. You end up with just an additional 10. So you miss out on 10 absolutism. And then if you end up below 50, or you end up finishing Court and Country at below 50 absolutism, then you don't get anything. I don't think in fact you might even get a penalty to absolutism, which would be terrible. The whole point of popping Court and Country is for that sweet plus 20 absolutism that is going to allow us to, I don't know, possibly go, I say possibly, but I already know, probably push for revolutionary Mughals without dropping our absolutism below the magical 100 mark. So, I don't know when we start. I know that we're in it, but I don't know when it started. So I don't know when it's going to end. It could end tomorrow. It probably won't end tomorrow. But it could. If our war exhaustion dropped below 2, and if we had few rebel-controlled provinces than Juan, it could well finish tomorrow. I have no idea. Anyway, that's going to be fun, isn't it? But yeah, legitimate's coming down because of Regency, of course, and there's a little bit of discontent, but that burns off relatively soon, I believe. Does it? Yeah, burns off 22nd of May. We're in February. Someone might back to back, coast to coast, set it off again, but you never know. You never know. Also, waiting for a discipline advisor. We're going to be swooping into the Mamelukes, trying to get them out immediately. Not immediately, not get them out, but there's some easy war score that can come from the Mamluks that don't have that many men. Had a last check. No, Mamluks are fairly crappy. So we'll sweep in there. We'll get some easy war score there. We'll try and I think we're going to just run from Bengal. Where are you lot going? Get rid of particularists? Yeah, I can do. Could keep them, I suppose. As long as we've got somebody here. As long as a province is taken by the rebels. A province taken by the big particularist. As long as one province belongs to rebels, we can't ever get out of Cotton Country. Which is going to be good because I need our absolutism to be higher before we get out of Cotton Country. So where are you going? Up that way. Probably to deal with this 9 stack. I don't think you need to deal with that 9 stack. So yeah, we'll unsiege this. Or we'll take it back, sorry. And then from here we'll probably get away. In terms of numbers, Bengal is the big hitter around us. I'm not concerned with the Ottoman numbers, I am concerned with the Bengal numbers. Bengal has almost 100,000 infantry. They make up the backbone of this coalition. Yeah, 50,000 cannon. So jump into the Mamluks, jump into the Ottomans. The Polish and the Russians are going to come sweeping down. Hopefully that'll do enough to tempt the Ottomans out. I think we get out for white peace. If we can scramble for a white peace, I will take a white peace because currently we have overextension. On the vast majority of this overextension isn't coming in because we took it from Vijay, who is part of this coalition. Oh, right, quick recap done. Let us move on, shall we? The Iranian people have been assimilated by government effects advisor cost minus 10%. I think this is... Where did this come from? Western Aryan. Must be land that we had just taken. Maybe there's stuff down here. Advisor cost minus 10%. Excellent. Trade efficiency plus 5 is always good. Give me discipline. We'll get rid of you. And we'll try to roll our morale, discipline, something like that. Oh. Jean-Pierre came in. I don't need to get in there. Might be worth it though. In the long run, might be worth picking up bits of Jean-Pierre. Yeah, deal with these rebels. I will kick the Mamluks in. Legalism. Yes. All the legalisms, please. That's another tick around. Discipline. Nope. Just discipline, just anything. Anything that's going to help us on the battlefield. Not that I think that we particularly need it, but it would help. It's going to save manpower. Oh, you two. Calm down. I'm doing my stuff. Thank you. Oh, cats. Oh. And you died the day before. You died the day before you got into the fight. Brilliant. Cats will jump all over you, won't they? Right. Are we done down here? We are done down here. Let's just split you up into 2 units and have you on your way. I will. We'll generally head towards the Ottomans. Poland and Russia both seem to be doing the jobs. And the Ottomans seem to have split the numbers, which is going to be excellent for us. That is the Rebs defeated. Should be the Rebs defeated. We'll take the province back. We'll come up and try and mop up these Mamluks before they get too far. In fact, Let's come up here ourselves. And take Miltech. Now Miltech 20, we are at the same tech level as the Ottomans, yep. As Bengal, yep. As Mamluks, yep. Ooh. Oh, you two. Both have decided to fight on the back of my chair. I know, I know. I have told you once. I will not tell you a second at a time. Alright, swivel cannon. Let's go with the swivels, shall we? Bengal, Bengal, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we move up this direction, we mop up Mamluks. Good. Good. I don't have to wait. I don't have to wait. We have been trapped behind this Regency Council for so long. I think he came, I think it was a Regency Council for someone who was like 2 years old, 1 year old, I don't know, something like that. A 344, 534. Right, so we don't lose any pips. Things just get things just get shuffled around a little bit. We lose legitimate. I don't mind. I don't mind this. I will take that. 422 being the air, however. No, it's going to get thrown in the sea at some point. Give me something good. Give me something like discipline, perhaps. Get rid of you. My cat has just slinked back to me. One of my cats has just slinked back to me and wants to sit on my lap. Alright. Adopt title of Khalifa. Yes. National rest. Yes. Missionary versus heretics. Why not? Why not? But we're tending to the good at the moment. I don't know where the tending to the good has come from. Must be the... It'll come from fights. We're trying to go occupied by the Mughals. That's not us doing that. It's Borghals. Alright. Okay. In fact, just jump on the knifed. 43 stack is going to be enough for what we need. If we have somebody with a little bit more maneuver, we do have 4 pips worth of maneuver. I really want a speed march for them. No, keep professionalism high. I'll lose all of my manpower. Yearly legitimacy isn't that bad considering the position that we find ourselves in terms of discontent, etc. It's not discontent has already worn off, but in terms of wanting high legitimacy, that's not bad. We'll pick up Mr. Discipline Dude. That's what we was waiting for. And we're waiting for those states, aren't we? National tax modifier, tolerance of true faith, yearly corruption. It's our yearly corruption. How much are we spending on our yearly corruption? 69 ducats on yearly corruption. So the lack of yearly corruption does translate into more money towards. Plus it's 20 towards legalism. I do like the legalism. Yearly legitimacy, we're already going up pretty quickly. Tolerance of true faith is -1 unrest in every single Sunni province. Yeah. Yearly corruption. Currently, yearly corruption, we're hovering at 0, but it costs 69. So it's an extra, oh, it's an extra 4 ducats in our hand, isn't it? Yeah. Not bad. Money for national unrest. Outright across the board national unrest. Yes, please. Right, so we're a little bit more stable than we used to be. Superb. How far away are we? I only want white peace here. Oh, Poland. Oh, Russia. Where are you? Here. Let's set this as a Russian. I don't want the Russians and the Polish heading off towards. So this is Russian as well. Don't want them heading off towards Bengal because it's not. We're not going to get anything from that. We need fights. We need fights that we can win. That will add. That was 2 fights on top of each other. Good. That's going to add to ticking war score. From 1 battle, -3. Really? I don't think so. Can we get to you before you take that province? Shut on the training. Nope, let's lose even more. I'm professional. No, professional. Let's lose even more manpower because we're already at the lowest manpower that we can have, which is 0. The 5 states. Where do we want these states? I think down here. We are going to end up moving our capital. If we haven't done, have we done it already? Where is our capital? Still here. But where the Mughals get an event where they can move their, not move their capital, but they can move their capital on making of the Mughals. But Mughals get an event to release the Deccan, which is like this area over here, as a vassal. If you have cored and stated and fully cored the provinces down here, then when it comes to integrating or starting the process of integration on the Deccan area, which is quite a vast area, then you integrate them in a day. Much like with the early stuff with Transoxania, Khorasan, those areas. We integrated them in a day because we had full cores on their provinces. So I might have to do it down here. And we'd release the Deccan because it gives us 10% admin efficiency. This is what I didn't want. I didn't want Russia toying with the Bengals. How are they going on there? Yeah, pretty good. And this is unfortunately where your allies will mess up show superiority goals. Because of this. Because they'll get themselves in stupid fights, because the AI does get themselves in stupid fights. And they will mess up your war score. A 5-4. No. We can't get to you because you're blocked by Ankara. Oh, excellent. Just what I needed. Not quite squish. Let's take out ISIL. ISIL is in the flat. It's going to be better than Ankara for getting across to their capital. If we get attacked on ISIL, it's not going to be bad for us. Have they changed the shipyard graphic? Looks strange. Looks different. Let's get you there. We're concentrating on the Ottomans because what, lose 2 corruption? Tolerance of the True Faith. We already had a +1 tolerance of the True Faith, which is going to give us a -1 temporarily for 10 years. But we do lose 2 corruption. We don't have any corruption. Alright, let's gain the corruption then. Goodbye the corruption down? Not just yet. Alright. But yeah, I'm concentrating on the Ottomans. I don't really care what happens on this side, as long as we're not losing fights directly with Bengal. I'm okay with it. Let's take away at least the horses. And some of these infantry. Gain 5 absolutism. I do need the absolutism. Yep. We can deal with them. It's fine. "62 particularists." Alright, you two head down there. You merge up with what's here. We'll take the cannons that are inside you. Check him onto the siege. And the military leader has left us. Excellent. Put the 4-pip leader in charge of you. Try and get you on that fort as quick as possible. What is this? Local defensiveness. Fair enough. On the siege of ISIL, excellent. You lot. Move on to the Ottoman capital. You lot. Attack into those. Can we get a leader? We could. Great. He's absolutely crap. Oh, brilliant. Global sector increase plus 20. It's not good. I don't need that. Repair that loan. We won the siege of something or other. What did we win? What are we in charge of directly? Ah, nashed. Alright. Let's move you on. And again, we can't separately piece people out, so we just do what we can. Where are you going? I know where you're going. Five absolutism. All these absolutism. Now I need to continually gain the absolutism. Plus, a lot of those rebels popped over here. Well, they should have done. Where are they? Oh no. Here. Here. That's alright. There are worse places to pop. Okay, you lot with a leader of some sort. Something better than a 0-1. No. Something better than 0-1, but yeah, that'll do. That's better. You'll at least hold until everyone else gets to you. Okay, 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 okay. How close are we? Miles away. Absolutely miles away. You lot step out. Jump on to Ankara. The rest I want with you in charge. Supporting. Lost the siege of Delhi, which is our capital. Excellent. Yep. Breach walls, try to get through Ankara as quick as possible. Now these are just rebels. Yeah, we were close there. These are just rebels over here that the enemy has to deal with. Not too bothered with that. Also, I'll take the Mamelukes, just pumping out tiny bits of troops and send them across. So we're going to fully siege out Mamelukes. We should have done it earlier on. Decided not to. Wise plan. Constantinople. Yeah, go for it. Immediately flips Constantinople away from Ottoman control. Come on, 78%. Excellent. Jump onto Sugla. We'll do a little bit of carpet sieging, but it really doesn't do that much. And coalition wars. Coalition wars, it's all about fights. If you lose your fights, it's not good. And from 9 battles, we have a -2. None of those battles, none of these losses have been because of us. Because in a coalition fight, you have to win your wars. Every single fight we have been involved in, we have won. Because you have to win your wars. You have to win your fights. Sorry, no wars. Obviously you have to win your wars. You have to win your fights. Even if it means you get backed up into a corner and you have to disband 30,000 troops. Because you're getting closed in on by 70,000. Do it. It's not worth losing. It's not worth getting a ticking war score against you. For a coalition war. And all they have to do is fill this bar up, or we have to fill this bar up. Obviously they have to fill it up, but we don't see them filling the show superiority. But it is in their favour by a +2, so about here somewhere. soon as they fill their bar up, they get ticking war score, and they tick at least 25. At least 25 of this will come from a ticking show superiority if you fill the bar up. So if you can just disband all your troops, so they never get show superiority. If you're a small country that ends up popping a giant coalition, you know you're going to lose anyway. Why give them an extra 25? Just disband your troops. I've done that before. It was still painful, but it was less painful than it could have been. But yeah, as I was about to say, your allies will lose you coalition wars. Which is why, after many months, I still wonder why Paradox doesn't give us the option of, on a coalition war firing, I want the option to say, I don't want to call in Poland, I don't want to call in Russia, I don't want to call in, who else is in this? I don't want to call in, Yas would come in anyway because they're Armenian. I don't want, Bermanis would as well. I don't want to call in Russia and Poland, because as much of a distraction as they are being, they're also throwing tiny stacks into these bigger stacks. In fact, it would be advantageous to us if the likes of Russia and Poland both get separately pieced out. No, I can't have the national unrest. Absolutism, we're already at the max. I can afford to lose a little bit. Again, no matter what land that we take, it doesn't matter. Land just doesn't matter. You can take whatever fort you want. You can take whatever land you want. It doesn't matter in show superiority fights. It's all about who wins individual fights. I'm getting war and fights mixed up, which is weird. But if we fully siege out the Mamluks, then at least they don't, they lose the ability to pump out troops. Siege of Sugla is over, excellent. Might as well take Sinope back. There's a few people there. I think we're going to head through Sinope. Canik is in the woods, you're in the mountains, Sinope is in the flat. I could do with probably hitting them in the flat. Even though it's a hostile fort, or it is now counted as a hostile fort, it doesn't matter. There's no penalties to fighting. We might get a river crossing, but that'll be about it. Yeah, but if we fought them here, they'd have probably got here first, and we'd have had a -1 from the woods. So, as weird as it is, fighting in snow is the lesser of two evils. Go for a shift consolidate. We have 0 men on many of these because we've had event after event after event after event that has robbed us of manpower, because that's what you get. Especially when things are starting to look a bit sticky. Or so it seems. Arbitrary ways of trying to make the game a little bit harder. I wonder. If we can get here before you do. New World Diamonds. Mughals arrive on the 22nd of September. You're on the 18th. No, there's no point. Stay here. And you think you can win this? Otherwise you wouldn't even move into it. It is coming down. Move off this. Doesn't. Forts don't matter. Just a to war. Again, forts don't matter. It's fights. Oh, we might lose this, and that's going to be a kick in the balls. Oh, this is going to be kicking the balls. How many manpower events have we had? How many shitty manpower events have we had? All whilst you're at war as well. They always seem to be when you need them the most. Or it might just be confirmation bias. I don't know. Anyway, let's take this fight. If we roll well, great. If we roll well, we might do okay. In fact, I'm going to pick up Cav combat ability to try help out. And 20 prestige. Takes us up to 99. Gives a morale of armies of 7.9%. How the numbers look. More discipline, more morale. Tactics are exactly the same. We're rolling well. Rolling really well now. Okay. That was a good fight. Now we're starting, slowly but surely starting, from 14 battles plus 7. It's probably because some of the bigger stacks over here are locked on sieges. And these shitty little stacks are just mopping up the support stacks that are coming. You move behind the lines. We have to go hit these stacks again. Yeah. Alright, turn a little bit off. Off that way. Off that way. However, just poke out a one stack and we'll take a few more provinces over here. Deliver via land routes and we'll stop them. Again, will the crappy events ever end? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe never. Also, those rebels that we had, that we popped from those events, they're probably all dead by now. The beauty of being at war. Commander joins our corps. A skill at 2 discipline that's half price. Or a 4-4-3-3. I need the general. Right now we need the general. Yep. Are we close? Nope. Oh, of course we can't get across here because you are owned by rebels now. Excellent. Just what we needed. If we're lucky, the Ottomans might come back across here. It's another good fight there. 14 battles plus 7. How far away are we? We're getting there. Manpower, yes please. Oh, I need all of that. Do I need all of that? Yep, I need all of that and more. I don't need the absolutism. You're not going to lose me any absolutism. We go for that. More legalism, please. Yeah, more legalism. You, with you in charge, onto that fort. The rest, just, I don't know, just sort of chill out. In fact. Again, this isn't going to lose us any absolutism. Lost the Siege of Delhi. I thought we'd lost it before. I know, again, sieges don't really count. You're going back. Into confrontations with stacks, actual stacks. Let's go pick a fight. Excellent. Where are you running to? Let's have you catch up with those cannons just a little bit quicker. We just stamp it on that stack. And again, we've gone down in terms of showing superiority. We're now at just a +4, and the more and more fights that happen, the harder and harder it is to get ticking war score in your favour. Oh, I hate coalition fights. The only reason I will end up in a coalition fight is because of a Regency Council or something like that. Spend far too much time improving relations with people in taking just what I need to, or then keeping people in truces for it to catch me out. But no. one little bit of Regent's Council, and it throws all your plans in the bin. Turn a little bit off. Johnny Gar is next. No. Do not lose that fight. I beg you. I'm back. The Bengalis need a taste. Gonna be an easy win there. Wait till you get locked. You're not gonna get locked. Lots going on here. That's a win. We'll come across and we'll make sure that this is a win. And continue on. Alright, so we now finally have ticking war score. It has taken far too long. Far too long. You have to rush to ticking war score. Rush to ticking war score and then avoid every single fight. It doesn't matter if they take all of your land. All of this. This is fine. I don't care about this. What I care about is this ticking. We are closer now to piecing the entirety of this coalition out than we have ever been. And it's all because of showing superiority. It doesn't matter what they take. It doesn't matter the land that they might take. It's all about fights. Win your fights. Win your fights or avoid your fights. Win your fights or avoid the fights that you might lose. 1 stacks don't count. 7 stacks do. How are we getting on? Why not? More rebels. Again, 1 stacks don't count, but 7 stacks do. Let's do 19 stacks. We can have this fight over and done with before these Ottomans have come to support. We might even be able to bait them in. No, just sit here. That might be enough actually. Yep. There must be an ongoing fight. Ongoing fight? Coalition war, Ottomans making gains. I don't think you are. I don't think you are. But Russia's taking care of some particular lists for me, which is nice. Heading into Bust. Bust is in the flat. Let's try that. Probably going to be supportive from Bamyan, but I reckon I can be done with the Bengalis before the Ottomans have speed marched into it. I still think we're going to win. A 7 stack might sway things. No. Alright. Easy melt of the 7 stack as well. And we push in, take out the 2, mop up the 8. Yeah, we're good there. Almost down to medium. Because the VJJs are in on this, we white peace. Because the Vajaynaghars are in on this, because Jean-Pierre is on this, we white peace. We just white peace because I want the shortest peace possible. Get away. Now we just have to deal with our rebels. Anyone close to enforcing demands? Yeah, this is not good. Where's your flag? Where do you usually live? Colathonad. Colathunad. Colathonad. Vajaynaghar. Andaran. Vajaynaghar. Colathonad. These. Thought these were going to get dealt with by. But honest, we're not going to get over there. We're not going to get there in time. Not even speed marching. Bollocks. So they're going to flip away. If there hadn't been rebels down here. If there hadn't been rebels down here, I'd have just spammed out a couple of mercs and took the land back. But I assumed, stupidly, that with these being hostile to everybody that was down here, that the rebel stacks that popped down here would probably have died out. And obviously we had bigger fish to fry. Alright. Absolutism is at the maximum it can be. We need to take our land back from the rebels. War exhaustion needs to be less than 2. Disaster needs to have been active for 10 years. Still hasn't been active for 10 years. Still don't know when that pops. Yeah, so we're going to end up with land down here that's going to flip away from us. It's unfortunate, but that's what happens when you end up in shitty regency councils. And you can't do anything against them. If for some reason your head dies off, and then your leader decides, or your leader decides to die too soon, your leader decides to die in his 20s, when your heir is when your heir is 2. So you end up in a regent's council, and you can't keep control of the people that are meant to be on your truce list, which means they end up off your truce list, which means they end up in yeah, you all know. You've all done it. You've all been angered by it. I'm sure. But it annoys me. It annoys me because you spend a lot of time getting people, getting countries, either by improving relations with them, or by outright show of force. You force countries to not join coalitions against you. But then you end up with the Regency Council, and it's as if the Regency Council is as dumb as a brick, doesn't know what's going on, which isn't what Regency Councils were about. Regents councils were there to hold, to take the reins of a country until a child was old enough either to take over or to facilitate a coup. So you, I don't know, you kill the child and bring someone else in, which is what happened here, I think. Our Regency Council probably killed off the 4-year-old. We ended up with this 25-year-old Padishah. But they would have known. Our Regency Council would have known the precarious nature of our situation. The fact that we had to declare war into the Ottomans, that we had to declare war into the Mamluks, otherwise a coalition was going to form. And so, being unable to do that is crap. I don't quite know why it's still in the game. I mean, give me options. That's all I ask for. Give me options. Instead of it just being, no, you can't declare war because it's a Regency Council and the Regency Council is full of pacifists. Give me an option. Give me some sort of interaction with the Regency Council. Right, we needed to go to war with the Mamluks. Declare war, but it's a going against the wishes of the Regents Council, lose one stability, which gives me an option. I can go to war with Mamluks, but it comes at a cost. Instead of just saying no, give it to me, but I just, yeah, I don't know. I don't think Regency Councils, I don't think they work. I don't know, are they meant to work? Is that a thing? I think that they're designed to throw a giant spanner into your game. It's like, yeah, try and figure your way out of that. You've just pissed off the entire world. I'm going to make you unable to declare war for, I don't know, it could be, what, 14 years? 15 years if you have a 0-year-old heir? 15 years worth of not declaring war. Every single person that you pissed off thus far can join up against you. Yeah, good luck with that. Anyway, I find myself waffling, but yeah, Mughals. Our coalition, our next steps will be to steady the ship. We have a truce with quite a few people. We don't have a truce with Nepal. Nepal is allied with Ming. When did you pick up Ming? Alright, maybe not. We're gonna have, yeah, this is what I wanted. But Nepal has picked up Ming. When did you pick up Ming? I know that I'm scared of Ming. But yeah. We'll generate our manpower back. We probably will declare into Nepal. Remember, we opened up a contact with Ming very, very early on. Probably earlier than I should have. And so Ming is at 0 mandate. Ming is at 0 mandate means that he can't rely on his mercenaries. He can't rely on his money-making abilities to win the wars for him. Available mercenaries minus 100. He doesn't have a single mercenary. He has national unrest. That doesn't really apply in fights, but it might have something to do with Tiberian Yang popping out of him at some point, maybe. And current rebellions going on. Yep, good. All of it sapping his manpower, maybe, perhaps, we'll see. Plus, when it comes to a fight, fire damage received plus 50%, shock damage received plus 50%. I'm not that bothered. I'm not as bothered about Ming being there than that noise that escaped out of my mouth would lead you to believe. I could take a lump out of Bengal, Could take a lump out of Jean-Pierre. Russia would come in. Russia would counter me. Perfect. Also, we need our war exhaustion to come down. Need Cotton Country to be done with. But JJ, who are you allied with? No one. That's unfortunate. So we're going to have to wait until our truce with Vijayanagar is over. Again, it's why I wanted the white peace. We could have taken things. We could have taken things. But it would have just meant, because we could only peace out with the Ottomans, it would have meant that we'd have had a longer truce with Vijayanagar. And I didn't want that. I want us to get into Vijayanagar as quickly as possible with quite a lot of absolutism. So 65 at the moment. Corn Country ends, I'm hoping, well, Corn Country ends with us in good numbers. We're going to be able to get above 100. But at least 100. With at least 80 absolutism, I'm guessing. No, not even then. It'll come down. It'll come down to about 150's worth. So about a war and a half to take the entirety of what's left of Vijayanagar. For Jean-Pierre, you're down to a one single fight. Not going to be able to declare you as a co-belligerent in the war against Nepal because you were part of that coalition war. Oh. I don't know. But we'll put ourselves back together. We'll generate manpower and we'll go from there. I mean, Yemen still needs to be taken out. Anzia. Getting into the African Horn right there. Anyway, I've been Luckymarine. As always, you lot have been amazing. Again, apologies for the long wait for this installment. I did say it was going to be the entire coalition war, no matter how long it's taken, and that's about an hour. So, enjoy. Until next time, do take care.